Morning, everybody. This is Justin, and just doing a video on some of my thoughts on this CRK Sebenza 31, and why it's been such a popular knife model in the community for so long. This is one that I picked up a few months ago, earlier this year. So this one was born June 10th of 2021, so it was made pretty recently. This is the plain version. This is a large Sebenza, has the titanium handles. The steel on this is actually S45 VN. They started using that pretty recently. They had used S35 VN for many years. The Impinda that I did the review on a few months back is an S35 VN. And so yeah, I just wanted to give some thoughts, some opinions on why this has been such a popular knife for so many years and why so many people like it. So first of all, this is a frame lock. You can see here. It comes with the CRK pocket clip and this little lanyard at the back. This does come pre-installed. This is a right-handed model, so the thumb stud's on the right, I guess, depending on how you look at it. They do come in left-handed versions, and as I mentioned, this is a plain Sebenza, so it doesn't have any inlays in the handles, or in the handle scales, I should say. This is the drop point version. They do come in an Insingo and a Tonto blade shape. I just wanted something pretty vanilla, to be honest. I was fortunate to find this one. I think I got it from Blade HQ. I don't remember, but either way, one of the bigger knife vendors, they had a drop of these, and I snagged one pretty quickly before they were sold out again. It's been pretty difficult to get these just due to the supply chain issues and stuff going on with COVID. So yeah, so just some of my basic thoughts on this. This is not a full review, but just some thoughts on why this has been such a popular knife for so long. First of all, the build quality is second to none. CRK has won the manufacturer's award for knife makers, I don't know, a few years. I'm not sure when they last won it, but the reason is because the tolerances on these are so tight and they're so well made. It's hard to really describe the action of this knife without handling it yourself. You know, they always talk about a bank vault lockup, which I would definitely agree with. I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it's definitely a good descriptor of the lockup. It doesn't have any blade play in any direction. And the other place you see just the level of quality is when you go to disassemble one of these. I mean, they're not difficult to disassemble, but you have to be you have to watch when you do it, because the tolerances are so tight and everything fits together so well that it'll go back together the same exact way every single time. You know, but that means that you have the same lockup, the same tight fitment and everything. So, you know, it can be a little bit of a struggle, but that's just because everything is made so well. And they do go back together after you've disassembled and reassembled a few of them. It gets to be fairly routine. So these are just really well made. The finishing on the titanium is nice. Chamfering all around. There's chamfering back here, or the spine of the blade is rounded, which you can kind of see there. This jimping is some of the nicest I've ever felt. I mean, it's not sharp, but it allows your finger to gain enough purchase to use the knife efficiently or effectively. Yeah, just really well made. And then you can see here the finish on the blade, which has a little bit of oil on it, but the finish on the blade is really, really nice. And you can see these are made in Idaho. So yeah, definitely the quality is I'm sure one of the main reasons these have been so popular among knife collectors. You know, people might ask, why is it so expensive? Why do people pay so much for these? You know, is it worth it? Stuff like that. Well, the quality is a big reason that I would say this knife is worth it. The second reason would be the warranty on these. The warranty is excellent on these knives. Of course, if you have any issues with the build of it in any way, like if something goes wrong, something fails, I've seen where these thumb studs, where they're pressed in, it'll develop a crack above, in the area above that up here. They'll replace, you know, the blade or the whole knife. Chris Reeves really strong on this, in terms of customer service. They do have this guarantee here. If you want to read that, you can pause the video. That's kind of the definition, or that kind of defines their warranty. And then in addition to that, one of the best things is if you break the blade, they do offer replacements. I'm not sure how much it is. It's not super cheap, but it's nothing outrageous. Maybe $100 or so. So yeah, that's definitely an upside. And then probably the third main reason, on top of the quality and the warranty and the service, I'm kind of lumping those two together, would just be everything that they include in the packaging when they send knives out. So they give you a Chris Reeves sticker, which this one I think I used on my knife case. But they give you like this little, move this down a little bit. They give you this little folder when you receive the knife. So it has their logo on the outside. It has the components of the knife and what tools are needed. It has this card that you can send in for just to register it, or you can do it online, which I did. This is just like a timeline of the awards that the company has won. Here's the manufacturing award I was talking about. So, you know, they've won that many years. So they include all of that. They include the warranty card that I showed just a minute ago. And then in addition to that, the knife is wrapped in this cloth here, which is really nice. And then they give you this grease, which is in this tube here. And they give you, this Loctite for the pivot screw. And then they give you this tool to disassemble the knife. So that's one of the biggest things. Like, how often do you see a company that promotes disassembling their knives? And with Chris Reeve, every one of their knives that I've ever owned or purchased, they've given you the tool to disassemble the knife. So they're actually encouraging you to do that, which I think is great. Like, they want you to take it down, clean it out, put it back together, and it doesn't in any way void the warranty. So yeah, I just think that's a really good approach. Yeah, these are about $450, but I think for all that you're getting, for the quality, the warranty, and then just everything they include with the knife, and the fact that they promote you tearing it down, I think they're definitely worth the money. If you haven't checked one out, be sure to do so. The Impinda, as I mentioned, is another one I have. I'd recommend that one for a slip joint. And then the Umnundi is kind of a smaller, gentleman's carry. It's a nice one, a little too small for me, but I'd also recommend that one. So anyway, just some of my thoughts on the Sebenza 31 and why I think this is such a great knife. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, leave those below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and have a good rest of the day. See you guys.